And we have assembled a panel of experts for you tonight so that they will be able to answer any question that you may have. Now, keep in mind, there are many questions out there, and I may come to you even later in the show for even more questions. But get those questions going in your mind. But first, I'd like to introduce you to our panel of experts. So please, expert number one, introduce yourself and tell us a little about you.
I am Wolverine. I blow up things at children. I blow it.
That's okay, take your time.
I am the former owner of. I am the current owner of Wolverine Land.
So you are the Wolverine?
Yes.
Yes, and you own Wolverine Land?
Yes.
Wow. Do you have any other hobbies, Wolverine?
Well, I cut cake at Tillman's birthday party. Just being a grocery store clerk didn't work, you know, we all do a series of odd jobs, Wolverine. I'm getting in the way of the fruit.
Well, that's true. I can see how that would happen. All right, moving on to expert number two. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Silly Sally, and I love to do everything with my friends, not so much with the parents. I don't like to go to school, not so much fun. I like to have fun.
You like to have fun?
So anything that has to do with fun, I'm there.
All right, and is Silly Sally your birth name? Or is that a nickname?
Silly Sally.
It's on your birth certificate?
Yep.
All right, well, thank you, Silly Sally.
My mother is
Silly as
Crazy
well.
Carol.
So Silly Sally, you're the daughter of Crazy Carol.
Right.
Okay, excellent. Nice to know you're consistent in the family. All right, and expert number three, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Barb. I live at Broadway Proper Assisted Living Center in Tucson. And I'm 74 years old.
Wow, 74? Wow, you don't look a day over 60, Barb, I gotta let you know. Wonderful. Well, do you have any hobbies? Do you have any activities that you do at Broadway Proper? Yes?
We nap
Do you enjoy napping?
very, very much.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for being here. All right, how about a round of applause for our experts? Let's get the first question for our experts. The first question, any question that you may have, which is family friendly. Yes, sir.
Why do we have so much hair loss?
Why? That's a very good question. I have been trying to figure that out myself, as a matter of fact. So let's start with Wolverine. Wolverine, why is there so much hair loss in the world?
Well, because people keep going to hairdressers to get their hair cut.
By the way, have you ever cut anybody's hair?
No.
All right, well, that's all right, Silly Sally, why is there so much hair loss in the world?
Despite my lack of enthusiasm for school, the experts say alopecia prematura does happen in people who do not exercise their hair follicles. Hello?
Oh, okay. Well, we should have all known that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Silly Sally. And Barb, why is there so much hair loss in the world?
Okay. This could get complicated. Keep it simple. You should never do this. Your hair falls out when you do it. I saw it on the news.
Oh, you saw it on the news. Well, we have to believe it if you saw it on the news. All right, so who's got another question for our experts? Yes, yes.
What happened to the Bay-City rollers?
What happened? I was just wondering about that the other day. We will start with Silly Sally. I don't know, you may have to do. Whoa, do you know the answer?
I definitely know the
Oh,
answer.
well, please,
and I'm
tell
so
us.
excited about this doing its thing, and you could just see the edges of the bridge. And then all of a sudden, the Bay City Rollers said, "Woo, Ford, woo!" And they fell all the way back.
Wow.
They rolled.
Wow.
They
They
rolled.
rolled.
They rolled. They kind of rolled because they thought they were cool. You know, they kind of rolled. But then they flew, and they fell into the ocean.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you,
In the
Silly Sally.
ocean.
And Barb, whatever happened to the Bay City Rollers?
Well, they didn't roll into fog. They got old and they rolled into Broadway proper.
I object.
They're all there now.
Now we know where to get our autographs, right? All right, and finally, Wolverine. Wolverine, whatever happened to the Bay City Rollers?
Well, I hate to admit this, but they all must have gone 6 feet under.
Okay, so you're telling it like it is, huh? As with any person who's walking around today, they may not be walking around anymore. All right, well, thank you for your unflinching honesty, Wolverine. All right, let's get one more question for our experts. One more question. Is that a hand?
Toenail fungus.
No, in front of you, sir. Can I see you have a hand, ma'am? No? All right. Yes, sir.
Keep my souffles from falling.
Oh, a very, very specific and pointed question. Barb, not in general. How can this particular gentleman keep his souffles from falling?
Okay, here's what you gotta do. It's just a secret between me and you. You buy it from Safeway.
They have good souffles at Safeway?
Yes, they do.
All right, well, I'll take your word for it. You say it, I believe it when you say it. All right, and Wolverine. Wolverine, how can this particular gentleman keep his souffles from falling?
Well, I don't know this for a fact, but gravity does. But gravity should work to keep your souffles up. I don't know this for a fact. Don't quote me on it.
We understand. You're more with the heroes and less with the science.
Actually, I did watch the show live.
Perhaps he could take a souffle on a roller coaster at Wolverine Land, and then it would go upside down.
Exactly.
All right, and finally, Silly Sally, how can this particular gentleman keep his souffles from falling? So your advice is to be quiet when making souffles. All right, sir. Be quiet when making souffles. And how about
Yes, because if you stop, bam, the souffle goes. I'm melting like the Wicked Witch. I'm melting out.
And I'm sure your souffles look just like that. All right, a round of applause for our panel experts.